Stop for a second. Think about the last thing you lost. Maybe it was money. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a dream you worked on for years. Now let me ask you something honestly. Did crying over it bring it back, or did it just steal more of your time, your energy, and your confidence? Today we're going to talk about something most people never truly understand. Don't cry over losses. Because sometimes what you think is the end is actually your turning point. There was a time in my life when I believed every loss was personal. If I failed an exam, you felt stupid. If someone left, I felt unworthy. If I missed an opportunity, you felt cursed. And maybe you felt that too. That heavy feeling in your chest, that silence in your room where your thoughts get louder and louder. You replay the moment again and again, thinking, if only I had done this, if only I had said that. But here's the truth, most people don't tell you. Loss is not a punishment, it's a lesson. Imagine a boxer stepping into the ring. Do you think he wins every fight? Of course not. He gets hit. He falls. Sometimes he even loses badly. But what makes him stronger is not the victory. It's the loss. Because after every defeat, he studies what went wrong. He trains harder. He builds new strategies. Loss exposes your weaknesses so you can fix them. Victory often hides them. The problem is, we attach our identity to what we lose. You lose a job, and suddenly you think you are a failure. You lose money, and suddenly you think you are bad with life. You lose a person, and suddenly you think you are not enough. But losing something does not mean you are lost. It just means that chapter ended. Let me tell you a simple story. A young man started a small business with all his savings. He believed this was his big break. 4 months, he worked day and night. He sacrificed sleep, weekends, even time with family. But after a year, the business failed. It was in debt. Friends started avoiding him. Relatives whispered behind his back. He felt embarrassed. He felt ashamed. And for weeks, he cried about it. One night, sitting alone, he asked himself a question that changed everything. What exactly did I lose? Money? Yes. Time? Yes. Pride? Definitely. But did he lose his skills? No. Did he lose his experience? No. Did he lose his ability to try again? Absolutely not. That moment shifted his mindset. Instead of seeing it as a disaster, he saw it as training. 2 years later, he started another business. This time, he avoided the mistakes he made before. And this time, he succeeded. Loss is expensive education. But it's still education. Most people quit after their first big loss. They think, maybe this isn't for me. But what if the loss is preparing you? Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, writers, actors. Almost none of them succeeded on their first try. Rejection letters, failed auditions, broken partnerships, closed doors. These are not signs to stop. They are signs to grow. And here's something powerful. Sometimes losing people is protection. Not everyone who leaves your life is a tragedy. Some are redirection. Some are clearing space for better connections. It hurts. Yes, I won't lie to you. Loss hurts, but pain is temporary. Regret lasts longer. Let me ask you another question. How long are you planning to cry over something that already happened? A day? A week? A year? Because while you're stuck in the past, life keeps moving. Opportunities don't wait for you to finish mourning your comfort zone. Now, listen carefully. I'm not saying don't feel emotions. You're human. Feel the disappointment. Feel the sadness, but don't build a home there. Visit the pain, learn from it, and leave. There's a difference between grieving and quitting. Grieving is natural. Quitting is a choice. And if this message is already speaking to you, take 1 second right now and hit the like button. It helps this message reach someone who might need it tonight. And if you want more real stories and powerful reminders like this, subscribe to English or Tanstostory so you never miss a video that could change your perspective. Let's go deeper. One of the biggest reasons we cry over losses is ego. We don't just lose something. We lose the image we had of ourselves. We imagined success, We imagined happiness. We imagined people clapping for us. When reality doesn't match that picture, it hurts our pride. But ego is fragile. Growth is powerful. A farmer plants seeds in the soil. After days, nothing appears. If he cries and digs up the seeds to check if they're growing, he destroys the process. Growth takes time, and sometimes before growth, there is silence. There is waiting. There is uncertainty. Maybe right now, you feel like nothing is working, like every effort is wasted. But what if this is your underground season? Roots grow before fruits appear. Let's talk about relationships for a moment. Losing someone you love can feel like the end of the world. You shared memories, dreams, late-night conversations, and suddenly, it's over. You replay the messages. You check old photos. You wonder what went wrong. But sometimes people leave because they have completed their role in your story. Not every connection is meant to be permanent. Some are meant to teach you your worth. Some are meant to show you your patterns. Some are meant to wake you up. If someone walks away from your life, let them. You cannot force loyalty. You cannot beg for respect. You cannot convince someone to see your value. The right people won't need convincing. And the same applies to opportunities. Sometimes you apply for something and get rejected. At that moment, it feels unfair. But months later, you might realize that rejection pushed you toward something better. A different job, a new city, a new skill. Life has a strange way of protecting you from paths that look good but lead nowhere. Now, I want you to imagine your future self, 5 years from now. Stronger, wiser, more confident. Do you think that version of you is still crying over today's loss? Or has he used it as fuel? Every loss carries energy. You can use it to destroy yourself, or you can use it to build yourself. The choice is yours. One powerful habit you can start today is reflection. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" That small change in question changes your entire mindset. Victims ask why. Leaders ask, what next? You lost money? Learn financial discipline. You lost a client? Improve your service. You lost a friend? Evaluate your boundaries. You failed an exam? Adjust your study method. Loss is feedback. And here's something that might surprise you sometimes. Winning too early is dangerous. Early success can make you careless. It can make you overconfident. It can stop you from improving. But failure keeps you sharp. It keeps you humble. It forces you to grow. Think about the strongest people you know. I promise you, they have scars. They have stories of failure. They have nights when they doubted everything. Strength is built in struggle, not comfort. When you stop crying over losses, you free up energy. Energy to focus. Energy to create. Energy to try again. And let's be honest, life will not stop testing you. There will be more losses. That's part of the journey. But every time you bounce back faster, you level up. You are not defined by what you lost. You are defined by how you respond. There's a powerful mindset shift. I want you to remember, instead of saying, "I lost," say, "I learned." Instead of saying, "It's over," say, "It's evolving." Words shape your reality. The way you talk to yourself matters more than you think. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is using their loss as motivation. Someone got rejected and decided to train harder. Someone got fired and started their own business. Someone got heartbroken and started focusing on self-growth. The difference between them and the person who stays stuck is not talent. It's decision. Decision to rise. You don't control everything that happens to you, but you control your reaction, and that reaction shapes your future. If this message made you think about something specific you've been holding on to, I want you to share it in the comments. What loss changed your life? What lesson did it teach you? Your story might inspire someone else who feels alone right now. And don't keep this video to yourself. Share it with a friend who needs strength today. Remember, tears don't build your future. Action does. Reflection does. Growth does. So wipe your tears. Stand up. Learn the lesson. Adjust your strategy. And move forward. Because the truth is simple. Losses are temporary, but the strength you gain from them can last a lifetime. And the next time life knocks you down, instead of asking, "Why me?" smile and say, "What's the lesson?" That's how winners are built. That's how leaders are formed. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary lives. Don't cry over losses. Grow from them.